Hi, everybody. Okay, so this is a series of videos that I decided to do that features each of the suits of the tarot deck. So we've got the cups, the swords, the wands, the pentacles or coins, whatever you prefer to call it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at each of these suits as a story, okay? And what I hope that this accomplishes is I hope that for those of you just starting out with tarot, I hope that these videos help you memorize the cards, okay? And for those of you who have been reading tarot for some time, if you watch these videos, maybe you will find a different way to connect with the cards, or I don't know, maybe it'll just open up your intuition a little bit to have them presented in a different way. Because when I started learning tarot, I'm an author, first of all, and storytelling is very important to me. So when I started learning tarot, I laid the cards out in a way that allowed them to tell a story, like a timeline from left to right. And I found that they communicated with me better. I was able to receive the message that was intended, and it just came very easily for me when I presented it that way. So I didn't rely on the traditional tarot spreads that you run into online and in tarot guides. And of course, it doesn't work for everybody. I'm not saying that this is the right way to do it. Like I said, I hope that it just presents an option. Okay, so like I said, for those of you just learning tarot, maybe this will help you memorize the meaning of the cards. And of course, this is just a surface meaning, because when you're doing an actual tarot reading, there's a lot of factors that impact the interpretation of the card. So this is just a surface meaning of the cards, okay? So let's get started. Like I said, we're going to start here with the cups, and we're going to go from the Ace of Cups to the King of Cups. Okay, and the cups represent emotions and relationships in our lives. Okay, those emotional attachments. Okay, so first we have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is the beginning of the story. Okay, this is you opening yourself up to the potential for a new emotional attachment. Okay, and that leads to the Two of Cups. This is you forming those attachments. Okay, this is you encountering somebody who stirs your soul. So you feel like you've made a soul attachment here. Okay. And this leads to the Three of Cups. Okay, well, the Three of Cups is an emotional celebration. Okay, so you've made this soul connection, and now you want to get together with all of your friends and you want to celebrate it. Okay, maybe this is a marriage, but for the most part, this is you celebrating that connection with other people. Maybe this is you just gathering your friends and telling them all about it, how happy you are, how amazing it is. You get the idea. Okay, but then we have the Four of Cups. Okay, so time passes, all right? And suddenly you're feeling a little bit disconnected from this connection, from this relationship. You're starting to withdraw emotionally. You're starting to feel yourself lose interest. Maybe you're distracted, okay? And with the Four of Cups, you're projecting your focus outside of the relationship, outside of the connection, okay? And also, maybe you're starting to feel as though you no longer hold the interest of the other person, okay? So that leads to the Five of Cups. Well, the Five of Cups is emotional conflict, okay, within the connection, okay? This is tension, fighting, it's just conflict in general within the connection. You feel like things are falling apart, and they are falling apart, okay? So what do? The Six of Cups. You escape into the past, okay? The Six of Cups is nostalgia, all right? So maybe you spend a great deal of time thinking about what things were like in the beginning of the connection, or maybe you think about what it is that you envisioned when you were young. What was your ideal scenario for love and relationship, and how does that compare with the situation that you're in now, okay? And then we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is daydreaming, fantasizing, romanticizing. So this is you projecting all of those romantic ideals that you had when you were young, you've projected them onto this connection, all right? And maybe the connection isn't deserving of that. Maybe you've fantasized something that's just not reality, okay? And now you're confronted with that. So the Eight of Cups, okay? This is you finally walking away from the connection. Okay, this is you finally realizing it no longer serves you. You're emotionally done. All right? You can't take anymore. You've given everything of yourself and you feel like you've not received enough in return. You're not growing anymore in this connection, so you decide to walk away. And then the Nine of Cups. So what happens after you walk away? Okay? You find this emotional contentment. You realize you're okay alone. All right? Maybe you discover a definition of yourself that you had lost when you were in the relationship that you walked away from. Okay? But you are definitely content emotionally, and you're okay with that. You're okay being alone. So then the universe rewards you. All right? 10 of Cups energy is emotional fulfillment. And so you've been rewarded by the universe for finding emotional contentment. Okay? This is like a happily ever after scenario. But happily ever after does not need to include another person. Okay? This could be success in another area of your life, or it could just simply be you understanding that you can emotionally be fulfilled alone. Okay? You can fill yourself up with things that bring you joy that don't necessarily have to be attached to another person. And then we have the Page of Cups. But hold on, because the Page of Cups is that energy where you're starting to feel excited about the prospect of putting yourself out there. You're starting to think about making those attachments again. Maybe meeting the right person. Okay? So in comes the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups represents a romantic gesture, a romantic offer, okay? Think of this as the knight in shining armor that gallops into your life and wants to sweep you away to, happily ever after. But the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups has learned, okay? This is wisdom, emotional wisdom, all right? So you've learned. You've learned from that past relationship. Okay, you know what it is that you do and do not want. So you're not going to just jump on the back of the horse with the Knight of Cups and gallop away to his castle, because you know what it is that you want, and maybe you can see past his romantic gesture, his or her romantic gesture. Okay? And you're okay with that because you're sitting in this Queen of Cups energy, and like I said, you understand what it takes to be emotionally fulfilled in a relationship, and you're not going to settle. King of Cups. The King of Cups is emotional stability, emotional control, okay? So this is you understanding your feelings, accepting your feelings, owning those feelings, okay? And this is you listening not only to your heart, but also to your head when it comes to making emotional decisions. Like I said, you're not going to jump right back into a relationship, because you've learned from the past, you know what your boundaries are, you know what it is that you're looking for, you're okay with this, all right? And this King of Cups energy, this final card in this suit, is you sitting in a place of emotional stability. You do not need anyone else to stabilize you emotionally, okay? You got it covered, and you're okay with it, and you're not going to make the same mistake again.